All right, we're here today with Matthew Longley, and he's one of our UpViral customers. And I noticed that he's been doing some really awesome campaigns using UpViral. So I figured to get him on a call and basically ask him a couple of questions to see how he's using UpViral and what kind of results he's getting from it, as well as whether he has any tips or advice for any of you who's watching. So hey Matthew, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I'm doing real good.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for getting on the call here today. Like you've been using UpViral for a while. Could you sort of describe how that's been going on for you? Like what kind of results have you been getting?
Yeah, I've been getting real good results. And the thing is, Wilco, I've been using, I've always been doing contests probably for the last 4 or 5 years. And I've always seen the value in doing giveaways and contests for different things. So, and you had a lot of, I wasn't sure if it was hype or what at first, but when I tried it out, I found that it did exactly what I wanted. So far, it's worked very well, and I like the statistics that it tracks and shows the proof of what I'm getting. Where before I'd see the entries, but I wouldn't understand exactly why. So yeah, a lot of good things about using your software so far, man.
And can you give us an indication of how many leads or how many email addresses you've collected so far using UpViral? Do you have any idea?
So far we've got over 100,000. I was just looking at my stats. We're at 104,000. So
that's email subscribers, right?
Yeah. That's the actual leads we've collected, and I've only run mainly three contests over the last month, but the last one we did, we had over 500% compound conversion, mostly through social media. So it seems like we're getting better at it, and I plan to use it a lot more frequently with clients, but also on my own stuff too here. And it's just going to become part of my, every way possible that I can implement it into my content marketing, video marketing, and my client strategies. I'll use UpViral.
That's awesome. So you collected over 100,000 leads, and you said that you was mainly using 3 contests. So you're using contests. Could you give us an indication of basically what kind of prize you're giving away, or what sort of market you're doing these kind of contests in?
Yeah, right now this is all in the electronic cigarette industry, and I run a media network. So I have about 30 publishers I work with, and one thing that I would like to get to is helping my publishers to build their own list. So what I envision in the future is having them all running their own contest, or I could run one contest on across the network, and then have them be different campaigns going into their own email system. So that's what I envisioned in the beginning. But I had one of the biggest publishers in the industry ask me to help them with contests. And so far, that's where the majority of the leads has come from, is their contests. And the type of prizes that we use in our industry are typically what they call mods, which are the more advanced electronic cigarette devices. They're ones that are highly desirable. And typically what this company's doing is they're reaching out to the manufacturers, and they're telling them, hey, we want to do a big contest, and we're going to get a lot of reach. Then the manufacturers provide the product for free, and they've been doing like 200 or 300 prizes. So that seems like it's working well. Where it's not necessarily, in this case, it's not necessarily a one big prize. It's a lot of prizes. And in the past, though, I mean, it's interesting because I've used to do a lot of contests in the survival market, and I'm going to get back into doing that. And I would offer expensive prizes, like a $500 bug out bag full of gear and everything. And then I would offer something that cost me $2, like paracord, and I'd offer that as a contest. And sometimes my results with a $500 prize versus the $200 prize, it was almost identical. Or I'm sorry, 500 versus $2. Yeah, it was almost identical, because it's just all in how the images would appear on social media. So for a lot of people, they would see paracord pop up, and everybody finds a use for it, and so it applied to more people. And the photography was nice, the call to action was nice, and so that contest did just as well, and it cost me a lot less. So I think if you're creative, you don't always have to have these very expensive contests, but right now that is what we're doing.
That's awesome. And so you're giving away multiple prizes. Could you also tell us a bit about what users need to do in order to get to basically win that? Like, how many points are you giving away using UpViral? If, for example, one of their friends signs up, could you tell us a bit more what you've learned about that?
Let me pull up my stats, because I actually have one of my guys on staff. He sets this up, so I'll go into the settings. I mean, they're not hard to set up. I just had a guy that worked on it. So we did 10 points for direct visitors, for referred visitors, 10 points. Then we did 20 points for referred leads. Then we did 3 points for Facebook, 3 for Twitter, 3 for Google Plus, 3 for LinkedIn, and 3 for Pinterest. So I don't know if that was pretty much standard. We haven't messed with the points much. But I've seen a lot of activity on Facebook, because it seems like there's a lot of vaping related groups. So I've seen those groups getting, like, say they're getting spam, but they're getting a lot of people sharing the contest in their groups and on fan pages and stuff. So we're not doing it.
So that's a good thing. So basically what you're doing, just to summarize, you're basically giving away, obviously, points if they sign up. So that means that if they just enter their email address, they immediately have a chance of winning. The next thing they can do, they can immediately share it on social media. So they will get extra points for that, which means they'll get a higher chance of winning if they actually share it on, for example, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. And finally, they'll get even more points if one of their friends or multiple of their friends sign up through their invite link. And that's really what I think gives them the incentive to also, for example, start sharing it in those groups, right? And that's really
Well, and the other thing that I would suggest is, because I know what it's like to be a small retailer, and in this case, I run a media network. So I have 2 clients that are using this. The one's a big publisher, and the big publisher is getting the best results. Another one's a new retailer. They've got a good brand, but they're just getting started. So they wanted to host the contest across the network. Their results are good, but they're not as good. So they hosted a contest with us, and then we took that contest and used advertising, like banner ads, and put it on different publisher sites. I think if you run a smaller business, rather than always trying to take your audience and make it work from your audience, sometimes it's best to find the biggest publisher, like a forum or some place where a lot of your customers are spending time, to go to that publisher and say, I'd like to host a contest with you. And this is the benefit for you. Your users will like it. You'll generate some leads. We'll share the leads on this contest. And what I'll do is if you're really smart about it and you have an affiliate program, you can do a contest and then follow up with some offers with their affiliate links, so that they can not only get leads but commissions. That's really appealing to most big publishers. And so rather than paying for advertising on their site, if you do a contest like this, a lot of times they'll give you better placement. Sometimes they'll mail their list for you. And so I would look for big publishers and try that route, as well as, like Facebook advertising is very affordable. And there's some other ways you can go if you're more comfortable with other channels. But the big publisher method, I think they, like I said, forums and things, they're like big blogs, with a good following. They really like giveaways. So I try that route.
That's a really good strategy. So that way you got the initial traffic sorted. So one thing I've also realized, like when I went through your accounts and checked out how you've been doing it, basically, like you said, you had 3 campaigns, and I noticed that each time you've been doing way better. So, for example, if I look at your last campaign, you had around 10,000 direct visitors, and you got around 130,000 referred visitors. So that means that people who have been going there through someone else's invite link, right? So that means every visitor will get 13 extra new visitors. What are the things that you sort of improved over time? What did you learn from your first 2 campaigns that you implemented into your third campaign that made it so much better?
Well, we weren't expecting better results on our next campaign. We're just trying to get what we got the first time. It just worked out that it was better. And the only differences that we saw, we made the campaign shorter. So the first one was a month. The second one was 2 weeks. And so it was a shorter time period. The other thing I was thinking is that the first contest, this publisher doesn't do contests typically, so it was a new thing. Their audience might have been not as receptive the first time, but when they saw the proof that the products are getting shipped to the winners and they see that, yeah, this is a legitimate thing. Because, you see all these iPhone contests and you see stuff on Facebook all the time. And I think a lot of people are very skeptical as if this is real or not. So in a community like a forum, word gets around like, yeah, it was real. I got my product. This does work. And then the next time they do a contest, people are going to be more, excited about it because they realize this is going to happen. If I put effort into this, I can win. So I think the trust is one thing, and if you can overcome trust with video, I know you do a lot of video. If in your contest, if somehow you can have a video combined with the contest, so they see you're real and show them all the products behind you, like, I'm going to ship out these these boxes to you guys. Any way you can build that trust, I think, is going to help you. Especially if you're doing like Facebook ads where it's a new customer, a new lead. And then, so trust was part of it. The shorter time period might have been the factor. The other thing is, it's a different prize. It was a different company. They have a hot product. So it might have been the product is more desirable. That's the only factors I really see. We didn't really change the point strategies up, same type of design. So it wasn't design factors or anything like that. I think that, time period, the prize, and the trust factors. I think that was why.
That's awesome. It's also a good tip for those who are doing multiple contests in the first contest, to ask the winners for like, hey, can you share us a photo with you in the prize, so they can put it on social media, for example, or on their Facebook or the Twitter account, so people will see that, and the next time around they'll know like, oh, I want to win this thing. So that's actually a really good takeaway on that. So for your campaigns, as you know, UpViral, you can use it with our templates, as well as you can integrate it into your own designs or your own systems. Did you use our templates, or did you go for the integrated system?
I did use your templates, and in the future we're going to start using our templates, mainly because for SEO reasons is one thing. The other thing is, for me personally, I like to like on my sites in the future, I do a lot of stuff in the survival and firearms market. I like to do product reviews with a giveaway. So when I do a post, and I could show you some examples if you like, but when I do, let's say it's a review on a Glock 19. It's a model. A Glock is a manufacturer, makes pistols, typically for like law enforcement. You'll see them used a lot. But Glock 19 review, let's say I was trying to rank in Google for that phrase. When I do a blog post, I do Glock 19 review and giveaway. That would be my title of my blog post. I do a video that would be the same title, Glock 19 review and giveaway. I do a written review with an embedded video on the blog post, and at the bottom I'd have the UpViral contests. And when I mail my list, and I would say, hey, check out our latest review on this product, plus, watch the video because you can win this product for free. That increases engagement from the email for people to actually check the review out, even if they already own one, because they want to win it, right? And so then on the written part of the review, I'll say, hey, watch the video. And in the video, I typically have a friend of mine do gun reviews because I'm not that knowledgeable about firearms. I am enough to be dangerous, but not an expert, So he'll introduce himself. He'll say, his name's Craig. He'll say, hey, I'm Craig. This is for the business I'm with, and I'm going to do a review on a Glock 19. Make sure you stick around at the end of the video because I'll tell you how you can win it. So we'll do a good job putting the video together, and he'll go through the review, keep it pretty short and simple, a lot of meat and good information. He gets to the end of the video and he'll say, okay, so now it's time for the giveaway. So what you need to do to give away to enter the giveaway is you need to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and then click on the link below. And the link below will take them back to, in our case, you could take them back to the blog post. And that blog post has instructions for the UpViral contest at the bottom to enter. And so so whether they come through the email or they watch the video, they're all directed to that blog post to enter the UpViral contest at the bottom. And it's kind of like a combination of those things. So what happens though is that people enter the contest, And if they came from YouTube, they're liking us, they're subscribing, they're commenting. We're getting all the good signals that YouTube needs to see that, hey, this video should be ranking well. And so by driving traffic to YouTube and getting all those good factors, because Google's looking at, of course, the titles. They're looking at the duration of the time that people watch your videos, because if they're bouncing, if they watch like 10 seconds and leave, you're not going to rank well. So they're watching, you have a high percentage of viewers that make it a long ways through your video, and that's a really good factor. The next thing is you have a very high percentage of people that watch the video that like it. You have a high percentage of people that are subscribing. You have a high percentage that are commenting. And when YouTube sees all of those good factors, all of a sudden they boost that video to the top of their rankings and to the top of Google. And typically we rank number 1 for every review we do because of those factors. And without even any links, I don't build any links to those pages. It's just internal factors, right? So for the SEO purpose, the giveaways give it that huge boost. And then when they come back to my website and they participate in the UpViral contest, in this case, now they're bringing all of their friends from social media back to the blog post. And it's the same process. They're boosting my YouTube rankings. I'm getting new subscribers on YouTube. I'm getting new leads from my email. And then when the contest is over, I can remove the giveaway from my title tag. I can remove the giveaway from my YouTube title if I want to. And sometimes you can keep it and just redirect people to a new contest. But what happens is I'm left with evergreen content that ranks number 1 for whatever the product review was. In this case, we could rank for Glock 19 review. And I'm going to do a case study on some firearms. If you guys want to see some of that, in real time, you can see us do this process. But when it's done, we'll have a video that ranks in Google, and typically the blog post ranks well in Google. We have and then we have a continual lead source, because people are coming through that blog post or that video, and they're getting redirected to my new contest. So the more stuff you put out, you just have all these new evergreen lead sources coming in for your contest. They might think, it stinks the Glock 19 isn't free, but hey, there's another gun that's a contest now. I'll enter that one, right? So I think that's another really good strategy to use giveaways to boost your SEO, your content marketing.
I love it, man. I really do. What you've been doing so far, like what you told in the beginning of this interview, is just to summarize it for all the viewers, is you're running a contest using the UpViral or using the UpViral template. So you just set it up inside UpViral, and it's like good to go. But because we also have the integration version, you can use it pretty much however you like. For example, how you just described. So what you've been doing so far with the contest is just getting as many leads as possible. In this case, you already collected over 100,000 leads over the last month. However, you can also use it, for example, like you just described, for more long-term results, to help get all your videos to rank. So even if the contest is over later on, you'll still have that continuous flow of traffic because of it. I love it. That's a really good strategy, and I think a lot of the UpViral users are gonna learn from that as well.
It depends on your what you're doing, because if you're an affiliate, your strategy might be different. If you're a retailer, if you retail a lot of commodities, you're going to have a different strategy. If you're a manufacturer, you make your own products, your strategy might be a little different. And then if you're if you sell digital products like yourself, you're gonna have a little different strategy. The ones like for doing product reviews, that works really well if you're an affiliate or if you carry a lot of products, because the product reviews you're doing for the purpose of either generating affiliate revenue like through Amazon or through affiliate relationships, or you're doing it for your own products. You're doing a review on a product that you carry and you're encouraging people to purchase that product. And we all know that product reviews have high commercial intent, so they're very good to rank for those key phrases.
What would be your tip on using these kind of contests or giveaways to eventually make more sales? Are you doing that by email, for example, or how are you using that?
In what market? Like, how would you, like, if I'm doing retail or if I'm digital products?
Like if you're, for example, selling doing a contest with a physical product. So you're giving away some sort of physical product. Do you follow up with them by email for like similar kind of products? Like, hey, you can also like a soft sell. Hey, you can use this, or you can get this.
Well, the best strategy and I haven't tested this with your software yet, but the best strategy I think you could possibly do would be to combine a free plus shipping sales funnel using something like ClickFunnels or Samcart, and in conjunction with something like Infusionsoft. If you take somebody for a contest as your lead generation source, and then you have a relevant upsell on the thank you page that is a free plus shipping offer, and then the free plus shipping offer takes them to upsells that are higher priced. And Perry Belcher invited me to a mastermind probably 2 years ago, and the idea, and you guys have probably seen a lot of sales funnel stuff in the last year, and it all started with Perry Belcher and Ryan Deiss with Digital Marketer, but they explained the psychology behind this. And he told us in this mastermind that you could have 25 to 50% conversion rates on your first core upsells. If you do free plus shipping, you have 25 to 50% conversion rates, and then on the first upsell, you have another 25 to 50%. And I didn't believe it. I mean, I thought that's too good to be true, but it made sense because he said you focus on new customer acquisition. You then you get someone that just purchased and they trust you enough to give you a credit card, and you do one-click upsells. And so ideally, the most advanced marketers, I think, can use contest to start the process, have a relevant upsell. So if I'm doing a giveaway on a knife, for example, I can give away something that maybe complements that knife, like a knife sharpener or something that complements it. Maybe it's a course or something. Then on top of that, I can say, hey, this is a really good, product for your knife, or it might be a better knife or a kit to build your own knife. And then on top of that, I could do a course on like a master knife sharpening course as a $20 digital product that I get a lot of profit. And so that's one way to do it. If you're not that advanced and you don't feel comfortable with Infusionsoft and sales funnels and all that, then I would really push people on a thank you page to purchase an affiliate product that's related, or it could even be that product. And you say, hey, I know that you're really excited about this contest, and if you just can't wait and you just want to get one, then I worked out this really awesome deal with a sponsor, and they're going to give you 40% off, and it's an affiliate promotion with a special coupon. You'll get some sales that way. And then when the contest ends, it's the same thing. You follow up with, hey, sorry you didn't win, but here's this really good opportunity to take advantage of this deal, and you'll get a lot of affiliate revenue. Same thing if you're a retailer and it's your own products. I mean, it's the same process. You focus on new customer acquisition, and anytime you can tie in post-sale one-click upsells on top of a high converting offer, you're going to maximize your revenue. So in markets where I'm in a commodity market with low margins, it's really hard to compete with Amazon. It's just the way it is. They offer 2-day shipping. Their prices are cheaper. I mean, all the retailers are fighting over $2. So if you're in that kind of market, sell your stuff cheaper. Don't make any money on the front end, and maximize the back end. That's the only way you're going to make it in a commodity market these days. If you're going to compete with Amazon, is you've got to maximize back end offers. So take white label products that you get from China through like Alibaba. For me, if I'm in the knife, I do a lot of stuff in the survival market. So if I'm selling a knife, I'll sell that thing at cost. I'll lose money on it to be better than my competition. On my first upsell, I'm selling a white labeled knife sharpener that I make $10 profit. I'll sell a course on how to sharpen that knife and maybe make a $20 profit. And so now I have money for advertising, and I have good profit, but it all is on the back end. So it just depends on your strategy. I don't see a lot of people in physical product retail with a lot of products. I don't see a lot of them doing back end funnels and stuff, mainly because the software is kind of limited to do that. Like one shopping cart has a la carte system to do that, the whole process I'm talking about. Infusionsoft, you can do it, but they don't work with data feeds. So it's kind of complicated for the physical product guys. And if your customers are mostly digital product folks, then it's a much easier upsell process on the back end.
I think one critical element that you touched on is to offer something that complements your main offer. So whatever you're giving away in your contest, give some then on the thank you page or and also in the email sequence, offer something that complements your initial product. Because I feel like if it's the exact same product, then people might hold off from buying because they might win it. And only after your contest ends and you say, all right, sorry you didn't win, but you know what? Here's your discount coupon. I've seen that work really well. That people will.
I think you're right on that.
You're like they're already subscribed for that contest, so they definitely want to have whatever you have to offer. And if they didn't win, then and if you're then like, all right, for everyone who didn't win but you joined, as a thank you, here's a discount coupon, and you can get access for it for like a 20% discount. That I've seen that work really, really well with other customers as well.
Yeah, that's just something that's so simple to do, and it's very effective, you know.
Awesome. Yep. So how did you? Well, one last question. How did you sort of decide what you were giving away in that contest? Was it like the obvious choice, or was that what was easiest for you to give away because of what the manufacturer offered you, or did you have like a special reason why you thought, hey, this is going to do really well as a prize in my contest?
In this case, it was my publisher's decision. They knew their audience better than me. They knew what they were interested in, so they reached out to the top manufacturers that the publishers are interested in. They have some new products, and they just asked a bunch of them, hey, we're doing some contests, you want to get involved? After they did the first contest, the manufacturers see the results. You know, so that's the hardest thing. It's getting the ball rolling. And if you can go to a manufacturer, and I don't care what manufacturer it is, if you can say, hey, I just ran this contest, and in this case, there was like 200,000 views. There was it was a forum. There was like 500 pages in the thread in the first contest, and there was almost 50,000 leads. So what manufacturer isn't going to want to give you some products for that kind of exposure on a new product that they're trying to launch? For them, they're not going to get 200,000 views to an exact market, you know, that's in their niche, and it's all really, really good for their brand. You know, it's a really positive thing for their brand. And so you see all these people very excited about the product, and then they also can walk away if it's a co-sponsored contest, and you have it in your terms, and then they can get the leads too. You know, if they want to do it that way. But yeah, I mean, any manufacturer is going to jump all over that. So it's just getting the ball rolling, and then you'll have all the manufacturers you want to choose from in the e-cig industry. When I first started out as a reviewer, and I don't smoke, but I had some people that did, and they would do some reviews. And at first, man, we had to buy everything to get the reviews done. By the end of doing that for 2 years and becoming a super affiliate in the e-cig industry, I had a whole room full of products that we hadn't even tested yet because there's so many manufacturers sending us stuff. And I could reach out to a manufacturer and say, hey, I need 100 of these products or whatever, and then just send them because they know I'm going to do something with it. So a lot of it's just getting the ball rolling and having the statistics to prove what you're talking about. And at first you might have to work out those details. You know, either you pay for them, or you work with a publisher, you know.
Awesome. All right, man. Thanks a lot. I think a lot of the Viral customers are going to really love the things that you shared. It really shows what's possible. I mean, well over 100,000 email subscribers in a month. That's just, you know, that really shows the power, and I just love it. You know, you created a contest and it just took off from there. People started sharing it everywhere. Did you get a lot of good feedback from people who participated? Like, were they excited?
I wasn't sure what they'd think at first because, you know, you never know when you run contests and people get mad that they don't win or whatever. But yeah, it was very, very positive. The other thing is a lot of the other software I've used, I've had, you know, it doesn't work or it doesn't load, and then you have people complaining they can't enter or their points didn't count right. And so that's something that's very frustrating when your software lets you down and you're trying to troubleshoot somebody else's software and you don't get good support. I've always got good help from you, and you're always there. Your team's there to help. But out of the box, even when it was in beta, I mean, we didn't have any complaints over it not working. So I think on your part, that's a huge success, and it's difficult because you know, just running social contests with different browsers and having everything tracked correctly. I think you've done a very good job with making it work without a lot of angry contestants.
Thanks, man.
But
really,
yeah, I mean,
really appreciate it.
I know you're kind of wrapping things up, man, and I'm going to do some more contests in the firearms market, and I could show you the whole process. I think it's going to do very well. That market's a very passionate market. There's a lot of social groups all over, both forums and Facebook. So I think there'll be a very good case study. These contests with the e-cig industry, I can keep showing that. And then personally, I run a couponing website, and so I review I review all sorts of stuff. And so I'm starting out as a new company, and I could show you some stuff from a small beginnings. And I'm going to use it to build my YouTube channel, to build my list, and giveaways. Every time I do a product review, I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to offer coupons. So that's the strategy with that. And it's just pure affiliate revenue with that company. The firearms industry is for a retailer. The e-cig industry is for a publisher. So they're totally different strategies,
Awesome.
So
Awesome. I love it, man. Well, I just want to thank you for your time, and I want to, I'll see you on the next call then, in that case. And I want to wish you an awesome day, man.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Take care. Nice talking with you.